Alright, so it's, I think it's Saturday morning. I'm leaving Lewis Mountain Campground, and I can tell I'm the first one because all the, and this is just a connector trail, but all the spider webs are still across the trail, so I'm going to blaze the spider webs off the trail this morning. I always like it when the southbound hikers pass me, or the day hikers are out there, and I was hoping that on Saturday morning there'd be a bunch of day hikers and they'd clear all this stuff out. As far as the campground goes, the camps, and it had about 3 or 4 varieties of dehydrated packaged food, and didn't even have very many of them there. So, you know, if you're in a party of 3 or 4 people and you're going to try to resupply, there might not be enough for everybody. But the nice thing about it was they had, I hadn't planned to stay there last night, but the campground had some electric, and the camp host let me camp on their site and use their electric, so it gave me an opportunity to recharge my phone and my battery pack, which was nice. So that was a good thing. So I'm all ready to go another 3 days or so before I need to recharge. It's interesting, I don't remember this connector trail being this long. Oh well. So that's about it. Oh, and the camp store, at least for, you know, maybe stopping by and having lunch, they have, you know, microwave hamburgers and ham sandwiches, and they have the, I don't know, Hot Pockets, that kind of stuff. And of course they have the beer and the sodas. And they also had, well, I wouldn't say also, but they have all the candy and stuff. So, if you just want to make a, you know, save one of your days of food supply, you can do that by, I guess the reason why the connector trail is longer than I thought is I'm actually on the Appalachian Trail here. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. Well, at any rate, that's the campground. And there's a real short connector trail from the AT to the camp store. And once you're in the camp area, the camp store is not that far from where the connector trail enters the camp. So, as I say, it's a quick place to get a soda as you're going by, or get a sandwich or something. Later. So here's a sort of a man-made view. I don't know, for some reason they cut all these trees down. They must have died or something. There's the road right there. You can see the little fence, the little stone wall right along there.
Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonlight. waiting for the early train. Sorry, boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe, you can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the
I was out here a couple of hours.
Yeah, well, up here. You should have started earlier. I'm with another southbound hiker, through hiker, and just trail name, where you're from, when you started.
Actually, I'm a flip-flopper.
Okay,
So my name's Humdinger, and I started in Skyland, as a matter of fact,
okay.
and hiked north to Katahdin and summited on Tuesday. And so yesterday I flew in from
Oh, wow.
from Ottawa and started walking, and here I am. So headed for Georgia.
Wow.
But I had a big holiday in the middle of my through hike because I got to New Hampshire, 850 miles in 7 weeks, and got a stress fracture
Uh-oh.
in the head of the femur, so I had to go home for a couple months.
Okay, that wasn't your plan?
That was not the plan.
Yeah.
No plan for stress fracture.
And how did you get the trail name?
Well, my husband bought me a bike. And when I was having the bell put on, the mechanic asked if I was a right dinger or a left dinger, and my husband said, "She's a humdinger."
Oh,
So it kind of stuck.
cool. I'm not through hiking, but I hiked from Springer Mountain to Irwin,
That's a long ways.
Tennessee this
That is
spring.
a long ways.
And then I tell people I literally had to go home and mow the grass. You know, my wife just, that's enough time, come home.
Yes.
And so,
The grass seems to be a big issue among wives.
yeah.
That's not the first time I've heard that. Wedding anniversaries and grass.
Yeah, I've after 40 years, I got the wedding anniversaries down. But
Good.
for a long time, I had trouble with those too. We have these little glasses that were etched with our wedding anniversary, and they're in the china cabinet in
Right.
the dining room. So I just when it gets to be August, I just walk in there and take a look at that. And about every 4 days, I walk in there just to remind myself.
Good
and,
for you.
And then it helps with cell phones nowadays, just tell you everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So when do you think you'll finish?
Well, I certainly need to be finished before Christmas, and I'm thinking maybe mid-December, because it's about, 900 miles? So I figured 9 weeks.
Yeah.
100 miles a
Nice.
week is reasonable, I think.
What is that a day? Just help me out with the math.
Divide by 7, what's about 17 or so?
17. So you do about 17 a day.
Well, 17 to 20, yeah.
Okay. I find that if I do more than 15, I'm in pain and agony, and so I don't do much more than 15. I don't do more
You're
than 15.
probably wiser, because doing 20 is what got me the stress fracture.
Well, do you have like special boots, or you just,
I have orthotics.
okay.
Yeah,
And you said you were from Ottawa.
yeah,
So you're visiting too.
yeah.
I was born in Montreal.
Were you really?
So, yeah,
No
but
kidding.
I came to the States when I was 2, so I really, other than going back and visiting family, I have no memory of Canada, as such, and don't really view myself as a
Right.
Canadian, because
So what hospital were you born in, if you were born in a hospital?
I was, if you told me the names,
Royal Vic, the Montreal General, the Jewish General, Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth.
I think it was the Royal.
Royal Vic, eh?
Yeah.
I delivered babies there for a long time.
Oh, is that right?
I
Well,
did.
you didn't deliver me, because I'm a lot older than you are.
I'm 62.
Oh, well, then I'm the same age as you are.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and enjoy your hike, and good luck.
And the same to you.
Thank you.
And because I have an online report which I which I'm not able to keep up with because I'm hiking.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny. I put up about 30 videos, and I still have 3 more to put up. And people would start asking me because I got stuck in the snow in the Smokies, and they'd say,
When was that?
Yeah, the snow.
Yeah.
In the Smokies. That would have been middle of May.
Middle of May.
Yeah.
Oh boy, because I'm when there's snow on the ground, I'm going to stop, and I don't think I'll get to the Smokies before November. So
well, you might have some.
Yes. So,
and the first 2 days into the Smokies out of Fontana Dam, it rained, and then the second 2 days it snowed.
Oh, in
and
May, boy.
By the end of the third day, absolutely everything I had was wet. I didn't have a stitch of dry clothing.
Oh, okay.
And so I hiked, got a fire started that third night, was able to dry a pair of pants and some socks.
Oh, okay.
And a shirt.
I've been fairly lucky so far. I haven't had 2 consecutive days of rain. It's a very dry year, which I don't mind. I'd rather carry some more water than
deal with the rain. Yeah, I don't like the rain either. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm walking tree, and I started May 27th from Katahdin, so I'm probably one of the slowest. Almost everybody is passing me by, but that's fine. I decided I'd rather enjoy myself and not finish than finish and have a miserable time.
Well, you're not that far behind, because I passed the kid who said he was 65 coming into
I'm
Harper's
77.
Ferry. Oh, okay, so
I'm 77, but people keep passing me by, and the people that pass me by, they started end of June. They started a month later than I did.
Yeah.
So
well, some of these guys, there's 4 guys I passed. They were doing 28 miles a day. So that's
I hardly ever do that. 15 is what is usually 15, 17. That's usually the most I do. And sometimes if I have a place to stay, like in a town, I do 20. I manage to do 20 because when I get into a town, it gets dark. It's okay. I still go on. Because I know where I'm going, and it's in the town. So then I'd sometimes do 20, like when I have a place lined up and I don't have to set up my tent and look for a tent site and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a 12 to 15er. By 15, I'm pretty ragged.
Oh, I usually I stop between 6 and 7, and I wish I could get up even earlier, but the days are getting shorter, so I'd have to get up in the dark, which I do sometimes, get up in the dark and breakfast, and then by the time I get ready, it's getting light, but that I do very rarely. But that would be a way of doing more miles.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
I got you. Okay, that's kind of cool. I always like talking to the southbounders. I'm going to, plus they clear the spider webs out too. I was gonna kind of stop at that Bear Fence Hut just to take a quick shot of it on video, but it's a mile back and I just completely missed it. I never saw it. Now, since I wasn't planning on getting water there, or obviously stay there, I didn't pay that much, really that much attention. I mean, if I'm going someplace, I really pay attention. I get up my GPS and start tracking tents so I don't pass it. But at any rate, I missed it, so I didn't get any video of it. I was going to say that the guy at the camp store back at Lewis Mountain Campground told me that if the water's not flowing real good, it's kind of dicey to use the water there. So, and if it was stagnant, I would not use it. But if it had a little bit of flow, I'd use it. But he said, nah, it's pretty dicey if it's not good flow. And sorry for the bounce around. I'm descending through rocks. Not big, huge rocks, but, you know, just descending through rocks. Whoops. There I go again. Every time I film and hike, I end up tripping, particularly through big rocks. But at any rate, so as I said, I wasn't planning on getting water there. I went ahead and grabbed an extra bottle of water from the camp store, and so I've got a little bit more than my normal. I just took one of the bottles that I was drinking out of and just filled it with water. And so I have I normally carry a liter and then 700 milliliters. That's kind of my standard. And then if typically if I need more, I'll put some in a platypus and carry that. But since I was at the camp store, I just filled the water bottle. There's rocks here, and I can hear people up there climbing through the rocks. Yeah, be careful up there. Since, as I say, since I know I'm babbling today, I don't know, I'm in a real babbly mood today. So I guess I need to hike with someone today. So since I wasn't planning to get water there or stay there, I really wasn't paying that much attention, but I must have just blew right past it and didn't see it. That's why I always tell people that the reason I don't see bear is if I take my eyes off the trail, I trip and fall on my face. So I kind of have tunnel vision, even in open areas, particularly in something like this, because there's, they're not huge rocks, but there's a lot of rocks. If you're not watching where you're going here and this stuff, you'd easily trip. And I'm not a skilled rock hopper. I've seen some people in Colorado that'll bounce to these rocks at breakneck speed. Only thing I would do in rocks is end up breaking my neck if I tried to go fast. And these are actually easy to walk in because they've been sort of well placed by some trail maintainer. Yeah, for some reason I'm in a chatty mood today. Guess I need to find someone going southbound and tag along with him for a couple hours just to get this chattiness out of my system. Yeah, since I retired, my wife says I turned chatty. She says before that, she said I never have said 2 words. And I believe that old oxygen that, men speak 15,000 words a day and women speak 30 or whatever it is. And by the time you get home from work, you're well beyond your 15,000 words. So the last thing I want to do is spend the evening chatting up anybody. And she laughs at me all the time now. Says I turned into a girl. Just I'm home all day and I got no one to talk to. So when she comes home, I've got 15,000 words there ready to go. And she's all done. She spent the last 9 or 10 hours talking straight. And she's like I used to be, and she just doesn't want to say much anything. Hey, I'm sorry. This probably won't end up on any of the videos because this is silly. Okay, as far as filming goes, this morning has been other than the beautiful scenery around us, which is with us all the time, really hasn't been much to film. Now, I've passed 2 southbound hikers, through hikers, which means they probably hiked this trail ahead of me, and should have cleared out all these god-awful spider webs, but I'm still running into lots of them. So I guess I need some taller through hikers. That's it. That's my words of wisdom for the morning. All right, so we managed to make it to Booten Gap. I don't know if you can read that sign from this distance. The trail does not cross the road here, but it skirts it. It's only about 10 yards off trail. So I thought I'd stop here and not eat, just sit down for just a second and film the bikers coming by. Friendly bikers. And somebody driving off the edge of the road. Whoop. That guy was driving right up against the wall. I don't know what he was looking at. Okay, so here's the Appalachian Trail, Shenandoah National Park tunnel experience. that's it. Don't know exactly how long the Shenandoah National Park is because I'm not sure where the park starts and where the park ends. Meaning that the Appalachian Trail hikes through some private land, at least before going north. I don't know what about after, what the story is. But let's just say it's, 80 miles, I don't know. Well, this is your 80-mile view with, some intermittent road crossings and handful of, open vistas. But this is the rest of it. Now, interesting, and I don't know if I talked about this before. I think I did. They
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe?
And I don't know how much of this view you want, but this is it. So you're hiking the Appalachian Trail right now, be it a little bouncy. You notice I've said this before. I always film the flat spots because that seems to be the only place I can hike and not trip. And even then I trip. But on this particular section, there's no rocks except for that root I just stepped over. There's very few roots. And so it's a nice little walk in the park and easy to film while you're doing it. And there's some gnats out here and they are just driving me buggy. Ugh. And the other thing is, and I'm sure I've talked about this in the resupply, that there's all these little camp stores and way stations along here where they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so far, timing-wise and distance-wise, I haven't been able to hit one of the way stations because they're rather, too far off trail for me. I'm not going to hike a half-mile off trail to get a burger and fries. But today, there's one that, it's almost half mile. It's like 4/10. And time-wise, it's just kind of in the middle of the day. It's after like 6 or 8 miles of hiking. So it'll be kind of perfect to just scoot over there, get some lunch, and then, scoot back on the trail and do another 4 to 6 miles, whatever. I don't know how far that next hut is, but however far that next hut is.
Your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air. In the
Okay, so I can't get us away. Oh, that was a fast pan, wasn't it? This is, that's the AT North right there. And that's obviously part Blue Ridge or Skyline Drive. And this is Millen Gap. And look at all those cars in that parking lot. This is Saturday, so there's a lot of people out here. All the campgrounds are full. And there's a lot of day hikers and weekend hikers on the trail. So I've passed a lot of people today. And the bugs in these gaps are ferocious. And I'm about 1.5 miles plus from the wayside. And I'm going to try some lunch there. See you later. I believe we're, I'm just going to keep saying we and stop talking about it. We're at the Tanner Ridge Road. It's a gravel road. And I'm going to stand here in the shade. Just do a little slow pan. And it looks like the AT goes back in the woods right there. It's a beautiful day today. I thought it was supposed to be a little cooler, but it doesn't seem to be. And then I'm going to go back real slow. I'll go back real fast. Pretty cemetery. I talked, I think yesterday, about a lot of times you'll have a trail marker when you come out, but not one when you go in. Well, in this case, there's the one that goes in, across that moat area, and then here's the one we're coming out at. So thank you, thank you, Shenandoah National Park, for putting one on both sides of the street. I appreciate it. I was just reading some of the gravestones back there. And we are going to be back in the woods momentarily.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air.
Okay, well, this is a big, long, boring clip of nothing. I'll catch you at the other end. Bye. Okay, so if you're going to the wayside at Big Meadows area, there's a gravel road you come up, and not that gravel road by the cemetery, but the one after that if you're going north. And I guess there's a camping area here, and Everything you could want in life. Must be some kind of trailhead right there because there's a parking lot. And there's a bunch of cars. And it's about 2/10 of a mile up that gravel road. And then 2/10 of a mile on this road. And you should hit the way station. And for me, I was hiking from the Lewis camp area to the hut just beyond. It's about 4 miles beyond Big Meadows, and it's probably more like 2 miles beyond the northern part of the camp area because the camp area is really big. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a couple miles long. And so it just worked out good. Throwing in another mile when you're only doing 12 isn't that big a deal. So yeah. Ew. And we all bitch about being in the canopy in the woods, but boy, walking in this open area in the sun is brutal. And I'm hoping that's the wayside right there. And I'll see you later.
So you don't mind me feeding my face while we talk?
Not at all. So just, last year, when did you start?
Okay, last year I started May 3rd and summited Katahdin on September 28th.
Okay.
I took 6 months off to work for the Bernie campaign, and then I'm back on the trail to try and do the last half of the hike.
So you started at Harper's Ferry.
I started May 3rd of last year, 2015.
But how about this year?
I started Harper's Ferry this year on September 11th, and I'll make it down to Springer whenever.
Okay, cool. That's good. Okay, this is the Big Meadow Wayside 360. There's a camping area here, but this is like a gas station, and there's a restaurant in here, which you'll see the building in a second. They have some resupply. They have some dehydrated meals and also ramen. And they also, this is Saturday, so they also have a lot of people. Hopefully this is slow enough. So there's a lot of activity here. And that's the 360. I'll see you back on the trail about 10 minutes. It's about 4/10 of a mile off trail. It's 2/10 of the road and 2/10 of a side trail. Actually, it's a gravel road. All right, later. Hi. This area has obviously been cleared. This is the entrance to Big Meadow camping area complex wayside. But it's kind of creates a nice view. Not very far. There's a mountain kind of like back there, but just the openness. And it might be just because I've been sort of cloistered in the woods for the last 3 or 4 days that it just looks interesting to me. But there's some mountains off down here. It's a pretty view. Later, there's a little bit of view through the trees. I don't know if it's going to get better as we get up here, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's like little mountains right across there, and a big valley down there with some kind of city or town in it. You see it right right through there. There's a little city or town down there. Maybe there'll be a little lookout point up here. I guess this appears to be something of a lookout point right here. We still have a little more climbing to do, but maybe see if I can get down there without tripping on and falling on my ass. Okay. Oh, nice view. Okay, slow pan.
They're right there. Not kidding.
And I hear people up here saying they see a bear.
I'm right directly there. Through the trees. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a bear.
Oh, it's a person.
So that's the summit right there of the mountain, and then there's like they call it Black Rock viewing point, and the folks out there who are out on there's two little viewing points, and when I was standing out on the first one, the people standing on the other one, I go, look, there's a bear. And I just said, well, maybe I'm not a bear. But I don't think I'd be a very big bear. There's some interesting rock formations up here. People must climb up there. I can hear people up on top up there. Yeah. Whoop. Trying to drop down here. Yeah, there's people up on top of there talking. I suppose if you get up there, you get a really nice view. But anybody that watches these videos knows I never do that kind of stuff. Good. All right, well, that's it for now. Later. Yeah, this is just virtually, literally seconds after that last clip. And there's the lodge right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right all in there. That little reddish looking building. Looks like one of those old Holiday Inns. I'm going to pan around here and hopefully I don't go too fast. There's the trail going north. That's where the bear hang out. And there's a white blaze right there. And that's the trail going south. And those rocks in the last clip, they're just right. Now you can't see, but really the outline there is not the trees. It's really the rocks behind the trees. So that outline is really, the rocks start over here and they go across, really right across where the trees go. In fact, you can see a little piece of rock on top, but that's all the rocks right there. And there's the lodge again. Okay, later. Yeah, I'm only hiking 12 miles today, which I think I said earlier, which made it a good day to stop at the wayside. And the reason why I'm going 12 is I'm trying to stay in the huts. And the reason why is not in the huts, but at the huts. And the reason why is it's supposed to rain on Monday and Tuesday. And at least looks like it's going to really rain something awful on Monday night. And I just want to make sure I actually am in a hut Monday night, so I don't have to put up with a wet tent and setting up in the rain and tearing down and packing out of wet equipment in the rain on Tuesday morning. So I'm kind of staying in going from hut to hut. You know, I think this, for the most part, that's like 12 to 13 miles. I mean, you could, I think there's somewhere you can pass one and still do the 12 to 13 mile range, but I'm going to do that until probably Wednesday morning, because that's when the weather looks like it gets nice again. And then I'll just start, as they say, hiking my hike. But I just do not want to set up in the rain and pack out a wet tent and hike, drag it around all day. Particularly if it rains on Monday and then rains on Tuesday, there's no time to, stop and dry out your stuff. So Tuesday night you'll be setting up wet, soppy crap, which I don't like to do if I don't have to. And then, as I said, I'm only going 12. But I think I said in one of the clips this morning, which probably won't hit the videos because, excuse my politically incorrect statement here, but I was kind of chatting like a girl in the video. And I think I even said at the end of that little segment, this is never going to make a video. But at any rate, I'm even babbling now. I'm only doing 12, but it is going to take me forever because it's Saturday and there are a lot of day hikers out here. And I've been stopping and chatting with all the day hikers, so I'm really making slow progress. I think I'm doing more chatting, stopping and chatting than I am hiking. And I haven't been able to find anybody headed the same direction I am that I could chat with as I walked. Like, I think a couple days ago I met a couple on the trail, and for about a couple miles we kind of walked and chatted. But as I walked through the trail today, early in the week I could intermittently or all the time hear the cars on the Skyline Drive. And today and a lot of yesterday, I kept encountering hikers. I could hear them everywhere. In fact, we're going around that Big Meadows camping area right now, and I can see, cars parked up here and stuff like that. It's a big camping area, so I think it's about 1.5 miles around. Okay, that's it. So here's another view, but it's too crowded to go down there and actually get a better look. Saturday in Shenandoah National Park. There's some nice views along this stretch to the west, which would be, the west is that way, and the campground is, the Big Meadows campground is to the east, and we've, at least right here, the trail's been skirting around the campground for about 1.5 miles or so, and right here, we could go to this, we could walk into this tent right here, right from the trail. Man, at least somebody should offer me coffee or something, right? And the trail today has been pretty nice. I think there's 3, at least going northbound, there's 3 mild climbs today. Nothing significant. And then you can see here through the trees, there's nice views, but along there, in some places, along the stretch of trail I just went on, there's a couple places where you get a good view on the other side of the trees. And I can see tents up ahead too, so this piece of trail is pretty good, so I shouldn't trip carrying this camera. There's a white blaze there, and a trail of sorts into the campground. Look at this tent. It's like right on the edge. Big wind came, would blow it onto the trail. And this is what you do with your watermelon when you're done with it. Here's a little spot where even here. Well, okay, so we have a bear sighting coming up. We have bear sign. Ugh. So where is this big fella?
Right there.
Right there.
He would walk. You would think he's a log.
I would think he's a log.
So
Oh, under.
there's a
Oh,
little
I see him
here
under the
and-
tree right there.
Yeah.
Oh man. Is he get up and dance or something?
We were wondering about
Isn't that what they do on TV?
that. Yeah.
Any slow runners here?
Me.
Good.
I got a dog that's gonna protect me. I'm good.
So the bear is right. Wait, where's my finger? Oh. The bear is right there. He's taking a nap.
Just waiting for all the for all the hot dogs to start cooking for dinner.
Well, I guess that's so much for the bear sighting. Just what's your trail name? Where you're from?
Andrew, don't have a trail name yet. It's my first section going from Harper's Ferry to Waynesboro, Virginia. I started on Sunday and so far so good.
So good? All right, cool. Are you gonna section hike the whole trail or just?
That's my goal.
How much did you plan to do this year?
Just this
Just
section.
this section, okay.
I gotta go back to work.
Work, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
My name's Piece by Piece. I'm southbound on the AT, and I started in May 29th.
Okay, what do you think you'll be done?
November 15th. But I did take nearly a month off because I hurt my knee. So
A lot of people did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Durham, North Carolina.
Hope good luck.
I appreciate it, man.
Bye.
Thanks.
Generally, there's like 3 questions. What's your trail name?
Oh, Midwest.
Midwest. I like that one. When did you start?
I started July 5th.
And where are you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
And then from here, it's just anything you want to tell us? What's your best experience? What's your worst?
The best one, it's kind of, I don't even know if it's appropriate, so I might keep that one quiet. Worst one I had, it was probably day 3. Off Mount Katahdin, I sprained my ankle. I sprained it 2 more times the next days, and I busted my knee on Mount Katahdin, so my knee was swelled up, my ankle was the size of a plum. I was cripple walking with both my sticks, and it started raining, and I thought I could handle it, but it got down to about 50 degrees, which is not too bad, but being stuck in the rain all day in that, I started to get real cold, and then the mileage to the hut was 4 miles off from what the book said, so I was cripple walking all the way there, just absolutely like, this is terrible, but besides that, it's been pretty awesome.
I'm surprised you're still on the trail after that one.
Yeah, I ended up sprinting one more time after that, and I remember hearing popping and nasty sounds, and that was terrible. But that's just what happens out here. You get injured. And
Oh, thanks for sharing your story.
Ventura Highway